The Justice Department's top election crimes prosecutor resigned on Monday after Attorney General William Barr told federal prosecutors that they should examine allegations of voting irregularities before the states move to certify results in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Republicans back the president's refusal to concede. Joining us to weigh in is Arizona Representative Andy Biggs. Congressman Biggs, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. Good to be with you.
Absolutely. Okay, at last check, Arizona is still counting votes. How many are left? And do you believe the president still has a chance at winning your state?
Yeah, he's down in the 14,000s to Biden. There's about 60 to 70,000 votes left. I think there's runway there. He can still bring it in. He's going to need to win about 60% of all the ballots that are left. And the good news for him is that a significant portion of those ballots are in the Phoenix metro suburbs, like my district or David Schweikert's or Debbie Lesko's district, where he did pretty well in those districts. So there is runway there. Yes, he could still pull this out.
You say that. And yet, if you've been watching other networks, they've already called your state for Joe Biden. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it was a disservice to not only Arizona, but the entire nation. It actually changed the narrative that night. If you recall, it was all up in the air, and they did it very quickly. One of the networks did with regard to Arizona. And what that did is it all of a sudden changed the narrative. So they were saying, oh, well, look, all he needs now is Nevada, then he's going to get 270. So in reality, there are irregularities here. Plus, there's the ballots to be counted here. We had people standing in line. You had over 1 million ballots to count. It was, in my opinion, grossly irresponsible on the part of that particular network. And I think it actually changed the narrative and changed where we sit today because of that call.
Wow. And of course, media outlets are not the ones who decide the outcome of the election. The American people do. Okay, let's talk about beyond your state of Arizona. We know there are going to be lawsuits in several states. The lawyers for the Trump campaign are heading to court. They're going to be presenting their evidence of voter fraud. Are you waiting for these lawsuits to play out before congratulating the next president?
Absolutely. I think you have to exercise every option, whether it's the legal route, whether it's actually recounts, or actually some kind of settlement to recount and adjudicate ballots, quarantine machines, and make sure that they were appropriate. All of those avenues have yet to be exhausted. That's why none of the states have finished their canvasses. None of the states have certified either one as a victor. And that's why the media should stay out of it. We have got to make sure that we exhaust every legal remedy before you determine who you think is going to be president. Don't forget, in 2000, we gave Al Gore 37 days to exhaust his remedies in South Florida. And we have multiple states here, some states still counting. I think you need to exhaust all remedies before you declare a winner.
Yeah, we know the many lawsuits to come. We're going to keep a close eye on it. And yet we've heard from Joe Biden, we've heard from Kamala Harris, and the overarching message from Democrats at this point, at least, at that level on the ticket, are calling for unity, calls for unity, right? Let's come together. What do you think about that right now?
That's from the folks that filed a resolution to impeach President Trump the day after he was elected in 2016. These are the people that engaged in the Russian hoax, that called people who supported Trump Nazis. They said racist, misogynist, every hateful name in the book. These are the ones that basically did everything they could to delegitimize the president and his supporters. These are people that are saying, let's put together a list of people who served for President Trump and his cabinet and in his staff, and also people who supported him, so we can dox them, so we can attack them, so we can publicly humiliate and shame them. And as one of their commentators said, forever. And now they want to ask for unity instead of allowing us to go forward and actually determine whether he won the election or President Trump won the election. I find it utterly disingenuous, and it's, quite frankly, it's an illegitimate way to try to legitimize what they're claiming is their victory. And it's actually part and parcel of what they always want. They want you to be tolerant of them, but they're never going to be tolerant of you if you disagree with them. And I think that's utterly disgusting.
All right, we're going to leave it at that. Congressman Andy Biggs taking the time this morning from the great state of Arizona. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.